overwhelmed? Should be. It's a beautiful moment. It's extremely hot. My daughter had a graduation from middle school this morning, so I've already done one ceremony in the sun. Do we really have to stand for all this? Dick, did I almost blow your head off?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors by our Westview High School Navy Junior ROTC. Carrying the American flag and commanding the guard is Cadet Petty Officer William Rooney. Carrying the Navy flag is Cadet Commander Megan Hefflinger. Carrying the organizational flag is Cadet Seaman Apprentice Jonathan J.J. Wan. Rifle bearers are Cadet Petty Officer Second Class Tara Mooney and Cadet Petty Officer Tristan Hart. standing until the color guard has left the field. Thank you.
Yay, JJ.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for joining us today as we come together and celebrate Westview's graduating class of 2018. My name is Tina Ziegler, and I have the honor of serving as the principal of Westview. On behalf of all of our students and staff members, I would like to welcome parents, family, friends, and distinguished guests to the Wolverine Stadium as we celebrate the achievements of these exceptional students sitting before us today. Now, it is my privilege to introduce several special guests who will be helping to lead our ceremony today. Leading our graduates into the stadium today and sitting in the final row are the top students from the class of 2019 who make up our honor chain. Thank you for participating in today's ceremonies and congratulations on your accomplishments. We are honored to welcome Associate Superintendent of Learning Support Services, Dr. Mel Robertson, and our school board member, Mr. Charles Sellers. We are also honored to have the Executive Director of Student Support Services, Mr. Todd Casson, your awesome former principal.
Todd who?
Thank you for all being here to share in this special celebration. We have an outstanding team of counselors who have guided our students for the last 4 years. Please join me in recognizing Mrs. Elisa Berner, Miss Stephanie Cruz, Mrs. Vanessa Ho, Mrs. Christine Cudmore. If you would direct your attention to the field, I'd like to introduce and honor our 3 area administrators, Mrs. Alicia Grafe, Mr. Scott Wild, and Mr. Pat Bowers. Parents, family, and friends, this is amazing class of 2018. And it has been a pure joy to get to know them. Walt Disney said, "You can design and create and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream a reality." These students before us is what makes Westview the most wonderful place in the world. It has been an honor to get to know them this year, their final year. This is a unique class. They are the firstborn in the 21st century. They are part of the generation following millennials and are referred to as Gen Z, iGen, and post-millennials. They grew up using the internet and are often described as digital natives. And although this generation can often be criticized for their preoccupation with selfies, cell phones, and social media, I have found these students thoughtful, globally aware, and desiring to vote and make positive changes in the world. For our first performance today, our chamber choir, under the direction of Daniel Moyer, will be singing "In My Life" by John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life I love them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life I love you more, though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life I love you more. In my life I love you more.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Chamber Choir. Now, let's get back to the class of 2018 and take a look at a few of their accomplishments. First, we have 574 Westview graduates sitting before us today, whose efforts have led us to the top national rankings of American Best High Schools and a state rank of 16 on the list of best public schools in California. They have played an integral role helping to establish almost 100 clubs on campus, many community service oriented, logging thousands of hours of volunteering. During their time at Westview, they supported causes, lots of causes, whether it was cleaning a local beach on a Saturday, opening up a vein and donating blood. They showed their commitment to leading through service. Our Vietnamese Student Association successfully funded 2 water systems that benefited 378 preschool students in Vietnam. Our advocates of a Better Environment Club have expanded on their existing butterfly garden by adding wildflowers. They have maintained an aquaponics system and established a school-wide composting system of metal refuse bins. Moreover, leaders in this graduating class helped facilitate mental health awareness, No Place for Hate Week, campus beautification, as well as a host of other distinctively Westview activities that serve to broaden our perspectives and increase our empathy for people we may not know well or who may be different from us in ways we sometimes fail to fully appreciate or understand. And it wasn't just in the classroom or in their numerous volunteer hours where their character shined. Parents, how many of you watched these kids courageously competing the last 4 years? On the fields and courts and mats and in the pool, on the stage, in robotics, Odyssey of the Mind, in a mock trial, in the arts. This group got after it. They won distinguished awards in robotics, cybersecurity, theater production, marching band, instrumental music, choir, dance, NJROTC, surfing, and fine arts. We led the district with 94 seniors receiving the California State Seal of Biliteracy. I'd also like to add that the students sitting before you today have been awarded $19 million in scholarships this year. Thank you, class of 2018. Thank you for your leadership, for your continued service to the Rancho Penasquitos community, and for your unwavering support for Westview. This year's senior class co-presidents are Mr. Sean Land and Miss Alyssa Chavez. Please help me welcome the senior leadership for the class of 2018.
Go get them.
Good afternoon. I'm Sean Land.
And I'm Alyssa Chavez, and we are your senior class presidents. It is our pleasure to welcome esteemed guest, Dr. Robertson and Mr. Charles Sellers, along with our friends, family, and faculty who are here today.
We've come a long way since our early days as freshmen. On our third day of high school, we walked with nervous feet into those very stands, keeping close to those we knew and those we trusted. We had no idea what was to come of the next 4 years. All we knew was that directly in front of us was a senior dressed as a Boy Scout telling us adventures out there. With much uncertainty on that cloudy day and in those bleachers, we knew little of what was to come of this whole experience. Luckily, along the way, we found the kind of friends that joked at our bio boards, questioned whether that dress was black and blue or white and gold, and even helped us sustain a positive headspace in the heat of burn book.
Despite our deepest fears for what movies about high school taught us, it seemed to get easier as sophomore year came to follow. And I guess we got somewhat of what a taste of High School Musical was like when we all participated in the fabulous Westview Lip Dub. Along with that, sophomore year ushered Unity Day, in which our biggest insecurities and downfalls were shared and accepted by our peers. The hugs of our newly made friends helped us feel a little less alone and a little more certain of our path.
Junior year pushed us to our limits as we felt the mountains and the piles of stress on our shoulders as we took endless amounts of SAT tests, ACT tests, and the unforgiving junior paper. But nothing compared to the life-changing experience of that ceaseless 2.5-hour lockdown that left our school forever changed. And now we're finally here. Senior year, at what first seemed like an eternity away, now seems like it's all gone by too fast. And despite that this year has brought us many lasts, we are but a class that has achieved so much. We are the guinea pigs that have endured many early morning tests. We are the first class to have a Westview prom on a beach, but on a more serious note, we are the first class to lead a walkout, to take part in fighting for our own safety as we took a stand to use our voices and demand to be heard, both here and across the nation. We did our best to show that enough is truly enough.
And today, as we move forward to another scene in this movie we call our lives, we take with us the passion that Westview has given us. Whether that was through performing arts programs, NJRTC, sports teams, or academic clubs, these past few years have demonstrated how much we've grown and gives us a taste of what we are made of. Every invisible line in that parking lot, every leaky toilet, every seagull that lives here. But more importantly, every teacher and every friend we've made here, we are about to say goodbye to. This is it. We now have to decide how to be an adult while still holding on to our childhood. Looking back, maybe the Boy Scout from freshman year was right. Adventure is out there, but the best part about it will always be the people who came along with us and helped us focus on the journey rather than just the destination.
Congratulations, class of 2018.
We made it.
Thank you, Sean and Alyssa. In today's ceremony, we will have the honor of hearing from several Westview seniors. Please welcome Westview senior Jack Cetrin, who will be singing Time of Our Lives by Tyrone Wells.
This is where the chapter ends. A new one now begins. Time has come for letting go. Hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here are ending. But we'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And I will not forget the faces left behind. We have had the time of our lives. Now the page has turned, the stories we will write. It's hard to walk away from the best of days. But if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. Where the water meets the land, there is shifting in the sand. Like a tide that ebbs and flows, memories will come and go. All of these years when we were here are ending, but I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And I will not forget the faces left behind. We have had the time of our lives. Now the page has turned, the stories we will write. It's hard to walk away from the best of days. But if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. Oh, we have had the times of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. We have had the time of our lives. Now the page has turned, the stories we will write. It's hard to walk away from the best of days. But if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives.
Thank you, Jack. As a parent, I remember 15 years ago when Westview opened its door with a vision founded on connecting students to their school, establishing high personal standards, and open access for all. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our current students, alumni, current and former staff members, and all our parents and community members that have played a role in making Westview what it is today. We value our connections. We often refer to the term community, and that is exactly what I see here today. Thank you, and thank you for all your contributions to Westview. I would now ask that you please join me in welcoming our senior class speaker, Ms. Rehana Nasser.
Yeah, Rahana! Easy there. Take down. She got so close.
I walked into Westview, imagining a future in the vague shape of an untitled bestseller. That is, with a lot of ambition and uncertainty. I knew nobody, and I knew mostly nothing. I thought I was the greatest 13-year-old writer to exist, and then Tanaka quickly and mercilessly struck that idea down. I thought history was easy, and then APEC happened. Honestly, I thought a lot of things were gonna be easier, and I just kept getting proven very, very wrong. Westview taught me that we are very easily wrong, so long as we choose to remain inside our glass bubbles, blind to the world around us. Westview taught me to look at the world around us, both the good and the ugly. I walked into Westview imagining a future in the vague shape of a world I could save. Westview did not give me a plan for how exactly to go about doing that. It didn't necessarily make me realize just what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, or even give me an inkling, though I did join Inkling's literary magazine, as well as speech, and I joined Hawk and realized that maybe I could teach, and you guys joined robotics and Quiz Bowl and ROTC. Some of you guys are athletes or made your own programs. Some of you helped save a portion of the world. And some of you guys couldn't join anything, because you had to rush home for a job or to care for family, with responsibilities that outweighed your years. We are all united by a school that adheres to a simple concept, that it will believe in whatever we strive towards, and applaud us for taking a step forward, and we stand in awe of each other as we all take steps forward into a commonly known unknown. This is the way Westview made us. Not nerve-wracked, but hard-working, to not shirk what's expected of us, and to be generous with our time when it comes to self-improving. We are a class on a never-ending quest to reach the next big thing, and all I ask is you include those who need saving in it too, because with all we have learned, we can not only fix a broken thing, but make it new. We are scientists and artists, bridging gaps between those two seemingly unmarriable parts of ourselves. And we are all of us dreamers. We're excited and terrified to find out what we're gonna do next. And this place is begging to be shaped by the best, and I've learned here that we are not trapped inside glass bubbles unless we choose to be. Today, we leave a lot behind, but we are not stepping out into thin air or floating off into space. We have broken our fingers from writing out our developing dreams time after time, and broken our hearts from getting those dreams sent back, unopened. But Westview taught me that one failed objective does not a failed human make. We are more than a score. Thank you, Christopher Hamilton, and as always, thank you for so much more. The class of 2018 is far more than a statistic, because we have willpower, hope, ambition, all of those intrinsic values that can't be captured by a single number. So, walk out of this campus believing there is something out there that you and only you can do, because this world depends on the decisions of our generation. Walk out knowing you will face unspeakable struggle of the highest order, and that you will survive there because you survived here with the help of your friends, of your amazing teachers, of the amazing staff at this pretty great high school. Walk out of this campus with that same ambition you had coming in. And yes, walk out with a newfound certainty. Thank you.
Class of 2018, as I look out at the crowd that is assembled here, today it is clear to me that several of our family members are here to once again support you and celebrate this special day with you. Graduates, now it is your turn, and I'd like to give you the opportunity to recognize the role your family has played in your success. Graduates, please stand and thank your parents. Stand. Thank your parents, family, friends, and community members for all they have done to support you through your journey. Okay. No one accomplishes a milestone in life like this one without a lot of help and support along the way. Parents, I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you who volunteered generously, sharing your time and resources to create richer opportunities for all of our students these last 4 years. Each year, and I would like to invite Ms. Sitko up. Each year,
Thank you for allowing me to be your advisor for the last 4 years. I'm going to miss you guys. Each year, we honor the seniors who have earned a place on the Distinguished Honor Roll with a grade point average of 3.75 and higher. Their names are listed on the insert in the program. Would those students please stand and be recognized and honored for their high academic achievement? Thank you. The honor of the second highest grade point average is awarded to the salutatorian. For the class of 2018, this honor is awarded to Stephen Chen. Would Stephen Chen please stand and be recognized as the salutatorian for the class of 2018?
Oops.
The honor of valedictorian is granted to the student with the highest grade point average. For the class of 2018, this honor is awarded to Kevin Yu. Would Kevin Yu please stand and be recognized as valedictorian for the class of 2018?
thank you, Kelly. I would like to take a moment to recognize all of our Westview teachers who have made a strong impact on this graduating class. Graduates, please help me to thank your advisors, Mrs. Kelly Stimson, Mrs. Kelly Zitko, for all of their hard work and support for the class of 2018. In addition to these dedicated teachers, you can see that Westview staff is well represented at today's ceremonies. Thank you for all you do. Our community is fortunate to have such a talented group of professionals. I would now like to recognize Westview's teacher and district teacher of the year, Miss Katie Wu. Can you please stand? Thank you. Unfortunately for us today, we have quite a few valued staff who will be heading off to retirement. As we celebrated them at our last rally, these teachers will truly have an endless summer. Mrs. Williams, Mrs. Newhouse, Mrs. Quesada, and Profe Michelle. Thank you for all that you have given to the Westview community. You will be missed, and I know very well that you truly have made an impact on our Westview community. Thank you and congratulations. Now it is time for what we've all been waiting for. Mr. Sellers, as principal of Westview, it is my honor to present to you the class of 2018. These students have satisfied the graduation requirements for the state of California, as well as the requirements for the Poway Unified School District. It is with great pride and honor that I present to you the Westview graduating class of 2018.
Principal Ziegler, Dr. Robertson, Mr. Casson, staff, parents, and friends, it is my great pleasure and privilege to accept the class of 2018 on behalf of the Poway Unified School District. We join your parents in wishing you continued success and much happiness. You may now proceed with the awarding of diplomas.
All right, that's it. See ya.